Boris Johnson's former senior aide has been criticised for never succeeding in replacing what he has destroyed with something better. Former MP David Gauke claimed Mr. Cummings' result to deliver a system of government that is competent and rigorous was Mr. Johnson as Prime Minister. But now, the former aide has hit back at the claims and explained how he destroyed the EU vaccination system with a vaccine task force. Replying to Mr. Gawker's tweet, Mr. Cummings wrote, also, Ben, Warner's in number 10 saving 1,000s of lives, X2 science budget and making science and tech core mission for number 10, CABOFF, new approach on defense, Intel with S&T at the core, ARPO, #10 deciseconds in number 10, procurement reform, planning reform, vaccine task force and more. Bonus, Gauke, grieve Corbyn gone. He then went on to say, those saying VIP lane re-procurement, the point is whatever Matt Hancock set up in DHSC on VIPs happened under the old EU system which I said was corrupt and useless in the referendum. That's why we insisted on changing it and why we did vaccine task force outside the EU system. To date, more than 46 million people in the UK have received their first dose of a coronavirus vaccine. More than 36 million have received their second dose. In comparison, the cumulative uptake of at least one vaccine dose among adults across the EU is around 68.3% from 28 countries. For fully vaccinated people, the uptake is around 52.7%. Mr. Cummings' comments come after the former MP for South West Hertfordshire and Secretary of State for Justice under Theresa May lashed out at the destructive former aide. In his latest column in The New Statesman, Mr. Gauke claimed Mr. Cummings sees himself as a strategic thinker but his tactical successes have always been essentially destructive. He wrote, Cummings clearly sees himself as a strategic thinker who has devoted his career to trying to shake up a political and administrative system he considers to be inadequate. He has had extraordinary tactical successes, but these successes have always been essentially destructive. He has never succeeded in replacing what he has destroyed with something better. His record is of creating problems faster than he has solved them. During his interview with the BBC this week, Mr. Cummings claimed he tried to oust the Prime Minister days after his 2019 general election win. During the BBC's Dominic Cummings with Laura Kunzberg, the former aide insisted Boris Johnson got off to a very rocky start as Prime Minister. Mr. Cummings made the claim that Carrie Symonds, the Prime Minister's then girlfriend, was the cause of much of the turmoil. He said he and many of his other Vote Leave allies began to clash with Ms. Symonds over who was in control of the government. Mr. Cummings accused Ms. Symonds of believing it should be her pulling the strings. Speaking to Ms. Kunzberg, Mr. Cummings said, before even mid-January, we were having meetings in number 10 saying it's clear that Carrie Johnson wants to be rid of all of us. At that point, we were already saying by the summer either we'll all have gone from here or we'll be in the process of trying to get rid of him and get someone else in as Prime Minister. He added, Mr. Johnson doesn't have a plan, he doesn't know how to be Prime Minister. We only got him in there because we had to solve a certain problem, not because he was the right person to be running the country.